everyone, Jens here, Collector Brain. Otaku's already inside. We're at Hills of Comics. We got so excited going in. We didn't even film yet. I forgot my little contraption in the car, so I'm getting that right now. And yeah, let's see what we can find. Again, we're in, I think we're near Kent, Washington, Hills of Comics. Let's go inside. Let's see what we find.
Collector Brain.
And the orange tags are half off.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm gonna record some voiceover. There wasn't actually music, but I figured it was just a little better if I spoke over it. You could hear in the background actually. Otaku brought in a big box of like some 90s comic books that he had purchased the prior week over at All American Comics. He picked out a couple of things that he wanted, but the majority of the box was basically what he wanted to trade in. He ended up trading it for one of those giant-sized Superman books, like the really big ones that he found there in really good condition. But I'll leave a link to his channel. He's showing it off what he got for that day. But yeah, so I'm just going here. I'm a little bit sorry about the angle, like you're seeing more of my arm than you're actually seeing from the actual comics here. And I looked at some of the Swamp Thing. So orange tags were half off. And I'm looking through. Prices aren't bad, but we're looking for some deals, or we're always looking for deals actually. So I'm very cheap like that. I don't know, you probably noticed already going through my videos. But nothing really caught my eye there in terms of like price or comic that I wanted to pick up. I'm going a little bit through everything, even here, like looking through Superman, some of the Strange Adventures. Yeah, I like the Deadman series. But for the entire part of it, I really didn't find much that I was said like, okay, this is a great deal, or and not so much talking that the price, like I said, a deal in terms of like the prices being bad or anything like that, but it was just nothing that caught my eye where I said like, okay, I'm gonna take this home. This is amazing comic. So I actually only walked away with at the end with one comic. I will show that at the end. I'm not even sure if there is camera footage of me finding that. Okay, yeah, so you saw me look through some spawns again here. Looking for some newsstand copies there. I found a couple, but the condition was just not there. And those were also a little bit on the higher side. I think most of them were marketed at $15 or higher, I want to say. And yeah, which the price wasn't the issue. It was more like the condition was not here. Number 8, that would have been a great one in a newsstand, but also the condition was a little bit too rough. Because the problem with me wanting to grade it, newsstand adds some value to it and makes it a little bit more rare, but mostly it has to be 9.6 or 9.8, or also the it doesn't make sense to get it graded at all. So yeah, and there wasn't much else in the spawn box. Here is one that looks like a J. Scott Campbell spawn variant, which looked pretty cool. But again, nothing really that I wanted to buy or couldn't live without, let's put it that way. Yeah, here on the left you're gonna see Otaku go to that wall, find that Superman book, and that's when he made the owner the offers like, hey, how about we do just a straight up trade? Yeah, and they came to an agreement, and both parties seem pretty happy about it. Yeah, I'm just looking through here. Some Fantastic Four. Look through some other series. Again, only found one. I'm gonna give a little pan around the room for a little bit more, showing the store, and then we move on to our next destination. There's some great signs on here.
Oh, yeah, they do.
All right, it's yeah, I'm glad you talked me into coming to these places. I wouldn't have even like stopped in.
And I wouldn't have known about this one without
Hey,
you,
dude,
so it's
look
kind
at
of.
this. We were just talking about this.
I know what's up.
$5.
Yeah, so we're here at the Antique or Maple Valley Antique Mall. As you just heard, so Otaku knew about this place, but since the last time he's been there, place has been, rebuilt. They made the collectible corner where we are at right now, especially the comic section, a lot bigger. So it was just way more interesting. His hopes weren't too high at first when we got there, but I just wanted to see most stores that he was talking about, of what they are and what we can find. So here I'm going through that. Below these cases, there was one small box was 25-cent bin. They were pretty rough. But below that, there were several boxes of 50-cent bins, and I picked up a couple from there. I picked up one book out of this case here, not the Superman, but later on in there, and I got 3 of the 50-cent books. Otaku got 4, and I mean, he really crushed with the pickups. Found some amazing comics in there, and so yeah, it was all in all really good find, and we're definitely going to be going back to this location at a later time. We were talking about having more stuff to put out to be put out. Hopefully you saw it in there. They had some graded comics, and prices were pretty reasonable, and they said that they are willing to negotiate. It was just the person that handles the comic book specifically wasn't there, or is not there on the weekends or something like that. So if we wanted to make like a serious offer on something, they would have to call him and then discuss. But the person there was able to give us at least like a little bit of a discount. All right, we are at, what is it, Maple Valley Antique Store.
Yeah,
Just went through their section, got some great
you're not
books.
gonna believe what we got, man.
Let's
Some good stuff.
check back at the house what we got.
Yeah.
All right, here we're back at my place. It's actually 2 days later, which you might already know, because yesterday actually I wanted to cut the video, but my CGC box came in early. You already see, whoop, there, some of the ones that came out of there. It was all in all really good, except for one that really ticked me off. But
I am so very angry.
you can go watch the live. It's still on my channel, or it's like an hour and a half. So if you don't really want to watch that, I will make like a consolidated version of it. I also have looked up like the fair market value and kind of give some more detailed numbers. So before we go to the pickups from the video that you just saw, I also picked up something from my local comic book store. And my buddy Marcel asked me to pick up some blind bags for him. And he asked me actually, so he wanted, he's keeping a couple for himself that he wants to open, once he comes sees me in the fall. But he said like, hey, go ahead, open these 3 on camera, so it's almost like he's opening it himself, so which is kind of cool. So the first one is the mask blind bag, so he has 1 more of those.
What is FOMO?
And let's go. Let's do this here real quick. All right. Okay, let's see what we got. I don't think, from what I've seen on some of the videos, I don't think that they had like a protective cover. But let's see what we got. All right, actually pretty cool. Unless this is one. No, it's like a sketch variant. Yeah, Tom Riley cover F sketch variant. That is actually pretty cool. So yeah, didn't expect that, because I saw a lot of the videos that I saw that, you know, there was a lot of cover A's and stuff like that. So I'm hoping he's not getting the same one again. And we can only track down these 2. They were pretty much sold out everywhere by Saturday. So yeah. And I went to my LCS and I found 3 more of these. I hadn't picked up any of those before, so I picked all 3 of them up. I'm opening 2 right now. 1 he's keeping for himself to open. So, but let's open these 2 on camera. And I know they have that protective layer. It's also kind of cool. Justice is blind. And let's see what we have. We got... I don't know if this is a Peach Momoko or something, but it's definitely a Virgin variant. Oops. All right here. That's a cool looking cover. All right. And the last one, I had already cut these 2 just so it wouldn't take too long. All right, so again, Justice is blind. And let's see what we got. All right, so I think it's almost the same one, just with the trade dress and 1 without. So these are the 2. All right, Marcel, hope you're not disappointed. I think they look pretty cool, actually. And I think the mask one was also pretty cool. All right, so that was that. Yeah, thanks for letting me do that. And thanks for sharing it with everyone. So here are a couple pickup that I picked up for myself. This was a recommendation from the owner. So my local comic book store is also like a video store. That's how I started and kind of got into it. It's called Stupid Geeks. It's out here in the area. And the owner, Josh, a really cool guy. We've become very good, I want to say friends, you know. Josh, if you disagree, if you're not my friend, let me know. But I count you as a friend. So he recommended this one here, The Hab. Kind of like a horror-esque kind of story that just came out. So I picked up number 1 per his recommendation. Sounded really cool what he was telling me. Have not read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And the other one, okay, he didn't have the blind bags, but I picked up Masks number 1 for myself. Same as Marcel, I loved the toys when I was little, so had to pick it up. And another one related to the toys that I liked, Masters of the Universe number 1. This is the universe that starts with the new movie. Haven't seen the movie yet, really want to. All right, and from the LCS, the last pickup was Absolute Catwoman. You know I love the Absolute Universe. Been looking forward to that one as well. Haven't read it yet, but I'm going to. Okay, and I think it was the same day. I also stopped by Half Price Book. And I only had 2 pickups. This was half cover, so it was $1.75. Hulk Gray number 1. Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. I found later out, I changed the bag, and when I saw that there's like maybe a little bit of water damage here, but there's not really any staining. So I'm thinking like maybe with some moisture and a nice little press, I can get this looking good again. And the last one from Half Price Book was Predator versus Wolverine number 1. Pretty cool combo. They had a couple other Predator series, short series like this 1 to 6 or 1 to 4. But in terms, you know me, I always want to grade my stuff, and I think the only one that makes sense to grade is this one. This is a first print, plus I think it's a really cool cover. So pick this one up. All right, so that gets us over to Saturday, and I said I only picked up one book at Hills of Comics. It was marked at $20. I always had, when I said I get like a deal, I always have cash with me when I go to places. Obviously not like a ton, but that makes it always a little bit easier to get like a little bit of a break or a little discount. So I ended up paying $15 cash for this one here, Green Lantern 49. Very cool, iconic cover for the Green Lantern series, and as you can tell, again, newsstand. So why I like the newsstand is they're a little bit more rare. For some of these, especially in a high grade, there aren't that many, which gives them a little bit of extra value.
Hello, I like money.
For a lot, or not a lot, for some that I'm looking for, I do it like thinking about flipping it, just because I can't, if I do a book submission, I can't pay for 25 books grading and then keep them all. I mean, it's a matter of money. Don't have that to do all the time. And also space, you know. I cannot, by the end of the year, have like 100 slabs or something like that. I just don't know where to put them. And that's not the idea. So newsstands hold some value. But this actually, I think I want to keep that one. I like that cover. And but I'm not yet sure after the results yesterday. I'll be thinking about a little bit harder which books to send in and stuff like that, and which will kind of change the way I pick up. But you know, we'll see. I still love the comic books, so I'll probably pick up more than I can grade anyways. So the next three, that's from the Antique Mall. So I got 3 books from the 50-cent bin, and I'll show those first. Divine Right, Jim Lee cover variant. Thought it was pretty cool. I love Jim Lee's art, so 50 cents was like a no-brainer. This one here, Wizard sketchbook. That one is a J. Scott Campbell, Madureira Ramos. So I picked it mostly up because it's a Campbell. I think that holds actually a little bit of value. I think in a high grade that says in the collector app it's about $10. Yeah, 50 cents. Thought it was pretty cool. And it's really just that. It's sketches from how they draw them and stuff like that, which is also really cool to see. And from the 50-cent bin, the last one, the cover is not what it's not the series or whatever, but you can see it on the corner. Jim Shooter autograph. I thought at first it was printed on, but I looked it up, so this did not come with an auto print. So this actually, there's no COA, and so you're taking a bit of a risk. But on the other hand, it's a Jim Shooter signed book, 50 cents. Why not, right? And the last of the pickups here is Spawn number 9, first appearance of Angela in a newsstand. So this was priced at $17. When I walked up to the cashier, for bigger purchases, he will have to call in, but I paid cash and he let me have all 4 books for $17. So I actually got the other ones technically for free, if we want to look at it that way. In a newsstand, this is they had like 10 copies. This was the only newsstand. It's fairly clean. Not yet sure if it will be a 9.8, but I can for sure say it's a 9.4, 9.6. Gonna clean it, press it down the line, and then also submit it. And actually, even though the regular copy runs about a little less than what I paid, but according to the collector app, a high-grade newsstand copy runs around $50. And in a 9.8 graded, that is actually a slab for over $400. Again, I don't know if this will be a 9.8, especially after some of those results yesterday. A couple that I thought should have been 9.8 came back as a 9.6, but you know, nothing to scoff at. 9.6 is still it's high grade. You know, it's a near mint. That was all our pickups, and yeah, like I said, I'll be working on another video kind of detailing all the pickups a little bit more, the unpacking, trying to consolidate the video down from an hour and a half to probably like a 15-20 minute video, if that makes sense. Still kind of want to keep the, you know, the suspense of, you know, lifting the grade and all that kind of stuff. I want to keep that in there, and then show what the values for the books are, what I originally paid. I did talk about it, kind of want to put the numbers on the screen, and then see if I was to sell the books, which I'm not. There's a few that I might be trading or selling to bring some money back, but the majority of those books, especially like you see 12 of them here in the background, the majority of those are staying in my collection. And there's a couple of other ones, there's majority of the other ones as well. There's a few that I want to sell to make enough, basically make the grading fee back so I can roll it into the next submission. All right, that is it. Yeah, sorry, the camera work was very lousy this time. I didn't film quite as much, and for part of it, I didn't even have the holder on me. So my apologies for that. But I'm trying to make it work. And you know, some of these stores are very small. Trying to make it work. Not trying to make it awkward for other customers and so on. And yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.